morning. Good morning. How you doing? How you doing? Hello. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Who we got up in here? I did see a couple people join the team, so I can't see it now, but thank you very much. Oh, I do see Benny B, Stitchin' Bitchin' and True Crime. Welcome to the team. So we got Checking Convictions, Heather, Hellcat, Kim, Maple, JD Buddha, Rockin' RN, Crystal G.
Don't mind me, I'm just messing it up in the corner.
Oh gosh, misunderstood. Amy. Benny, Kim, Crime Curious, Miss Mola, Marabella, Peaches, Mutt Dog,
Oh, it's time for church.
Frankie,
Oh, there's a potluck over there.
Cat 111, Trey, Donna. If I missed anybody, my apologies. But hello, good morning, hi.
Too cold?
That's all right.
Too loud, too cold?
So hopefully everyone's having a great weekend. Everyone got their coffee ready to go. Hey, Grace. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a few minutes, let some more people get in here, but I'm gonna be going over my notes from the Jose interview. And I'm gonna talk about something else. Because I got it. I was watching, that was JLR's channel.
Mm-hmm.
They rolled up on Allie, her mother, her grandmother, and maybe her daughter or sister. Not quite sure about that, but they said some pretty bad shit about Don and Candace.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll be talking about that a little bit. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole video. I just started watching it this morning. Hey, Kelly, small town, New York. Yeah, we just got started anyway. Only been going for like 4 minutes, so you're not like you're right on time. Seems like a lot of crazy stuff went on last night.
Yeah, I'm catching up now, you guys, but we don't.
Yeah, we got to go and watch Justice for All's interview with Jose. We saw some of it, but not all of it.
We've been going through some like past stuff too, and like retaking notes, because every time you listen to something else kind of stands out at you.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit. Hey, Tolerama. I saw that maybe if things were so bad, they could have saved someone with a police report. Well, that's one of the problems. Like, was on JLR's channel. If the shit that they said was true, like they witnessed Candace giving Summer, who would have been 4 or 5 at the time, alcohol, and they did nothing, you deserve to be in fucking prison too.
Yeah, they all do. They all.
That's horrible. If I saw someone give a child, a 5-year-old, alcohol,
oh yeah,
I would be taking that child to the police station immediately. I wouldn't even leave the child there. No, no, no. That's fucking bullshit. So are they lying or are they just stupid? Or both?
I think it's both, because they're both pointing fingers at the same stuff. Like, how is Allie calling out Candace and Don when Allie and them are doing the same parenting? You knew your son was doing stuff with kids. Like, everything is inappropriate. Both sides have allowed inappropriateness with their children.
Yeah.
So they really shouldn't be talking on one another, because they're all, like I said, same page, same book, to my opinion.
Yeah, it's really starting to look like everybody surrounding this case was just trash, just absolute garbage human beings. And maybe it's all lies, and they're just like having some like Hatfield McCoy family feud going, and just trying to make each other look bad. I don't know, but that shit pissed me off. Trash is not the right word yet. Less. Smudges and prayers for summer and the boys. Yes, the boys too. Thank you, Zena. We tend to lose sight about the boys, but yeah, they've gone through hell. They're still going through hell. They lost their sister. You like Mr. Positive's church? Yeah, I missed that this morning. I'm so bad for that. Jose is too innocent to be innocent. Yeah. Well, I heard something too about Jose. I don't know. We got to go back and try and find it, but apparently him and his father pretty much look like twins, and the Jose that we saw looks a bit too old. I don't know if that's true or what. But the way everyone else lies and points fingers and oh, nothing would surprise me at this point. Like really, oh, like the sad thing is none of this stuff is about Summer. It's all about these other people. But God, every time they talk, it's just more and more crap. Like we could spend days trying to figure out why everyone hates each other so much, and yet they were hanging around each other only a few months before. Like, it can't be both. It's got to be one or the other. But what the hell? I don't get it. Hey, Jen. I've been watching the chat. Hey, clever name. They all got their pants on fire, exactly. Zena. Hey, Autumn Love. Wicked West Paranormal. Good morning. Chatty Jen. Well, hopefully the boys are safe now. I really hope so. Hey, D. They could have at least worn their Sunday best. Maybe they were. These people aren't exactly high society, but no judgment there. Tonino, welcome to the team. True mental institution could make money off of people involved in this case, sadly. Yeah. There's a whole, like, God. I'd just like to see just one person that's like a stand up, decent human. I don't know, maybe Allie's grandma. She seems kind of half assed normal. I don't know. Holy crap. I don't know what to think with this stuff anymore. And now we're looking at everything so negatively, like we're looking for faults and stuff. So that doesn't help either. I think we're all very skeptical of everyone. But Kelly knows she's not. Yeah, you're probably right. But I mean, of all the players in this game, everyone has failed those children. Yes, 100%. If even half the shit that Allie and her family are saying is true, those kids should have been out of that house a long time ago. Don and Candace should be in jail. Like, it's bad, really bad. And honestly, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't want it to be true because I don't want to think that those kids went through that much. But I just don't know. Wondering how long feds are going to let this all go on. Well, if they're going to make an arrest regarding Summer, police don't ever make arrests and file charges unless they believe they have a slam dunk. They're not going to make an arrest in the hopes that they'll be able to crack someone or that they might be able to win. They don't do that because law enforcement doesn't want to look bad. And losing in court is probably the worst thing that could happen. So hopefully they're piling up evidence and getting ready to make an arrest. That's the hope. I really hope that they aren't just as lost as we are trying to figure out who the hell hurt Summer and why, or took her, hid her. I don't know. We just don't know. But what I was watching this morning, it got me pissed off. Like I'm a little bit fired up. Many failed attempts to enter the home, and that's another thing. CPS shows up because of some allegations, and Candace just doesn't answer the door, and that's it. How can that be all the power CPS has? Like, if there's allegations of sexual abuse and feeding not just a minor child, but a 4-year-old or 5-year-old alcohol, and they just go knock on the door, oh, they won't answer, we can't do anything else. That can't be it. It can't be. If that's it, then CPS shouldn't even exist. They're useless. Having roaches in. I never thought of that. But yeah, cockroaches and stuff tend to be in urban areas. I don't know if they would be there or not. I don't know enough, but okay, so this is kind of, I think I got them kind of in order. A lot of these Cher had covered too. But yeah, I listened to it on my own and made my own notes. So I thought I'd share that with you guys. So this is the interview that what's the name? Justice for All did with José, the first interview that he put up on his channel. So these are all the things that stood out to me and made me ask questions. First thing, José said he had to talk to Andrew for 3 years. Now, he also said that he came to Allie's and Candace's with Andrew, and that wasn't 3 years ago. So what did I screw up there, or did he lie? Maybe I heard something wrong, but that just was like, what? I don't get it. And the second one, they cleared up a lot of the questions. Yeah, we'll have to go back and watch that. But a little bit that I heard in the second interview, he couldn't nail down when he was there within months. Like in this interview, he said he was there from like February, March to October. And then the second interview, he said he was there at least 2 months. Like he's not even kind of close. And that's the other thing that pisses me off is why is everybody so inaccurate with the time surrounding Summer's disappearance before, like even a year before. Like no one can nail down anything even kind of accurate. It's so weird. I don't get it.
I think, like you said, For her to go missing before the 15th, everybody, so I feel like
Yeah, what I've been saying, in case you guys didn't hear Cher, is because there were speculations that Summer went missing before the 15th. And I said, well, if that happened, that means that all of these people are in on it. And the more I learn about these people, the more I think that that's very possible. Yeah. If you look at the West Boys, they were passed away long before they were even reported missing. So they're all on freaking drugs. Exactly. Nobody is like has a strong character in this that I could see. Everybody lies. Everybody is just doing awful shit. And yeah, we got Jose now, who's acting like he was like man of the year. I did the cooking, I did the cleaning. Everyone was just flabbergasted by how amazing and cute I am. Meanwhile, where the hell were your kids? You just disappeared and went off the grid. You said for years. What about your kids? Like, how are you a good person, a good father, a good man when you do that? Fuck you.
well, we can
Sorry,
give
I'm
the benefit
pissed.
of the doubt though. Like for a man, if he went through a divorce, a lot of times women do, like playing devil's advocate, women do withhold children in a divorce. They use children as a pawn. It could be a situation, like I said, playing devil's advocate, it could be a situation. I've seen many of my guy friends be fucked over with having their kids taken away, and then they don't fight it in court, right? They're because court is money and all of that, and usually the moms are going to win more of the custody anyway, so a lot of dads just don't put up the fight. It could be that possibly his kids were withheld from him. It could be.
But he still wouldn't be like, but you can still call him and you're allowed contact unless there's something
Not
really bad.
necessarily. I've seen, like in the States, baby, that's not necessarily true. Mom, I mean, yeah, you could put up a fight. Like you would put up a fight to see your kids and have custody, but that's
But
not.
no, there has to be something really wrong if you aren't even allowed to call your children.
It's just some women act like that though. You don't pay me your child support, you're not talking or seeing your kids. And again, they have to go to court to try and change that.
Yeah, no, that part I get. But then the rest of his family, like he even said his own brother thought he was dead. Because he wasn't talking to any of his family. Like, this is not a good man.
Well,
I don't care what you're going through. You don't let your family, your brother, your mom, everybody, your kids, think you're dead.
Yeah.
You don't fucking do that. This is not a good man. Like, I can't say I'm perfect, but Jesus. Like, if that's the measuring stick for what makes it a decent man, then holy crap. The world is in trouble.
Also, you are not like
Well,
you are not. You are like you're not. I'm 38 and no, you're not. You are built so much different than most guys.
Yeah, I'd have to say.
And you know that's true. Other people
Come on, he did the laundry and the dishes. Yeah.
Yeah, and
well, I mean, and that's, I'm not, that's a good thing that he did that, but I mean, it's not something that a person deserves praise for.
By the way, I don't believe Candace never cooked. I heard her mention on Benny's the other day her favorite dish is goulash. I think she makes a mean hot dish. And also, if you don't have a lot of money for groceries, you don't really cook a lot. I don't think that.
I know you were kidding, that joke.
I don't like that part that people dog her on, like the cooking and stuff, because that's all stuff they couldn't really help. I don't know, but whatever. Everybody has failed all of these kids, including the CPS involved.
Okay, so that was just my first point. Then we got off the rails.
Oh, sorry.
But Okay, so the other thing is he had said, and others have said this, that Hunter lost his virginity to Candace.
Ugh.
That's, and if that is true, like Jose did
Reported
seem
it.
very upset about that, said it was wrong, so I definitely agree. It's freaking horrible, but
He was allowing sexual things with his mom in front of him.
yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with that. But I mean, at that point, again, like all these other people saying these horrible things are happening, why are you not reporting this shit? Like, that's not good. That's not okay.
Not all mothers cook for their children, but I mean, there's times when my bitch mom cooked for me. I'm just saying, like, I don't think it was Candace never cooked. It might have been she never had the
Well,
stuff
probably,
to cook.
yeah, and probably Dawn never cooked or rarely.
I believe that Don didn't do anything when he went home.
Yeah.
I do believe that.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so
She cooked spaghetti. I think, yeah, I do think that if she had the stuff to cook something, she would. I do. I don't know why, but I just.
he
She
did.
mentioned goulash, and that's
great.
a huge thing in Minnesota. And goulash is usually something like like I think she makes a good goulash. I don't know.
Oh, and here's Chubbs. Hey, buddy. All right, so another thing, he said Don had access to a red truck for long distance work, said he used it 2 or 3 times, and that would have been obviously since Don returned, so 2 or 3 times in a month. Now, nobody else that I heard had mentioned that Don had access to a red truck. So I find that a little bit curious. I don't really think Jose was lying about that.
I'm hungry.
But I have heard many stories about where that red truck was seen and when. So, yeah, I'm not too sure. Not too sure about that. But yeah, it could very well be. Guys, Matthias will go and like start shit with Chubbs, go swat him or whatever, and then run away, and then eventually Chubbs will just grab him and beat the crap out of him.
Banjo, there is slow mode on. You're not timed out. It's just slow mode.
Yeah,
45 seconds.
You could probably turn that off. Actually, I only got 180 people in here. But yeah, you aren't timed out. You just have to wait a certain amount of time before you can.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like right now.
Yeah, it was his boss's truck. Yeah. Didn't make any sense. It's like they're making a reasonable doubt for everyone involved. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of weird shit. But I mean, the fact that this red truck, that he brought up this red truck, like Jose said a lot of things during his interview that made me very certain that he had been watching YouTube for quite some time, not just the night before. Like to be all up to snuff on the red truck and need to talk about a red truck. That hasn't been talked about in months that I've seen. So that's not something that someone just brand new to this and watching a couple of videos would really know about. But okay, on to the next point. He said his phone is in the bottom of the ocean, 3,000 miles away. Now, have any of you ever thrown your phone into the ocean? Because personally, I mean, if your phone stops working, you see maybe about getting it fixed. These phones are not cheap.
Unless he threw a burner phone. Was it a burner phone?
A burner phone, or there was something on that phone that he didn't want ever seen. That'd be the only reason you'd destroy a phone that way.
Yeah, that makes no sense. After everything happens like that.
Yeah, that was just weird. Another weird thing. God, if I started writing on my wall of all the weird things I've come across in this case, I could probably fill up my whole living room with different things. It's God, it's like everything. You think you're going to get some answers and get some clarity, and you get more mud every damn time.
Right, Tracy, yeah. Dropped yours in the toilet once, me too.
I dropped mine in the tub once. I'm bad for that. I'll keep
too.
my phone on the edge of the tub.
Remember, I dropped mine in a bubble bath.
Mm-hmm. If you get it out quick enough, phones are made well enough now that it'll be okay. But
actually, yeah, I dropped this on the cement floor just yesterday too. I've dropped this phone so many times with no case on it. I have one hairline crack on it.
Yeah, you can't do that with an iPhone though.
Nope.
If you breathe on an iPhone wrong, you'll crack the screen. They do that on purpose. Okay, so earlier in the interview, said he believes Summer's death was most likely an accident. Maybe she fell, she hurt herself, and they didn't want to get in trouble, so they got rid of the body. But he does later on start talking about Don doing something and other possibilities. Thinks Don might have been assaulting Summer, and then they had to get rid of her because she would have talked at school. So he changed his theory mid-interview. I didn't like that. He seemed to emphasize that he had never been to jail in Tennessee. He had to add that in Tennessee part. So he's obviously been in jail for other places. I keep hearing other charges and stuff involving children. He denies that. He says he was in jail for 3 years for drugs, possession with intent to sell. 3 individual 1-year sentences served back to back. Those were his words. He never mentioned any other charges or anything. He said that's the only time he's been in jail. Don't know if that's true or not, but yeah. Now, a lot of people have said this, so I believe it's true, but it was just weird that Jose would bounce back and forth between saying Don was taking a bath with Summer and Don was taking a shower with Summer. Now, I don't even know if they had a bathtub. But, I mean, that can be interchanged. That can be, some people say bath, some people say shower, and it's always the same thing. But the two are very different to me, personally. So when you're saying bath for half the conversation and then you're saying shower for the other half, it's odd to me. Might not mean anything, but.
Found a body yesterday.
They found a body yesterday?
Rescue crews were called to the scene. 100 Black Mountain Lake, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, 9:15 a.m. yesterday. Oak Ridge Police Department have not yet determined the identity of the body sent for autopsy at Knox County.
Yeah, I believe John did say that he did shower with Summer. Like when they're babies, yeah, but at a certain age, it's just not right.
Yeah.
And 4 years old, 5 years old, that is too old.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that over like, let's say 2. Like
yeah, 2, 3's pushing it. Like when they're starting to like notice
when they're
like, what's that?
Yeah. Especially girl, like
it's worse for a man too. Like there is that double standard thing. Like a woman showering with a 3-year-old, 4-year-old boy, it doesn't give you the same sick feeling as a man showering with a 4-year-old girl.
I would shower with all my kids or bath with them. I nursed my kids for the first year, sometimes like 13 months with the boys.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, no. And like, let's say we're like sometimes at the cabin where there's only a certain amount of water. Yeah, but I would wear my swimsuit. If they were like 2, 2 or 3, I'd wear like my swimsuit if I had to. Like in Minnesota, the cabins sometimes, yeah, where we shower, we wash in the lake with a bar of soap. But yeah, like you said, 2 or 3, even if it's your own kids or like me and my daughters, I didn't shower with them naked at 2 or 3. It was a swimsuit.
And that can be like a cultural thing. I do know, like I was with a French woman, and I do know, like in like French culture and European culture, that is a lot different. Like it's not uncommon for in some cultures for grown men to sleep in the same bed together, like 3, 4 grown men. Like the boundaries are a bit different, but still, I don't think that it's appropriate for a grown man to be showering with a 4-year-old or 5-year-old girl. 3, that's pushing it. Because I mean, when you're standing in a shower, like especially a shower, like a bath is a bit different. You're both sitting, but when you're standing, a 3-year-old is like almost eye level with your privates. That's no, I don't like that. How about a knack and their topless beaches, eh? Apparently, in a lot of places in Canada, it's legal for women to go completely topless in public. And nobody does because, I mean, what woman wants to be gawked at by a bunch of people like that? And they would be. I mean, men are pigs. We wouldn't be able to. Well, honestly, if I saw a guy walking down the street with his wang out, I'd look at that too. I'd be like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, 3 is like the cutoff. And I know people are like really, really dogging Don about that. Personally, with that, I mean, given their history and everything, yeah, it's all icky. Yeah, men do. Why can't women? Oh, you can, but yeah, not so many women would want to be like just stared at, judged by other women, and gawked at by all the men. And I don't think that would be good. Probably cause a lot of traffic accidents too. Hey, Rosie May. Just had to shower up my daughter. She's 30. She got sick all over the both of us after a seizure. Not everyone is sexually nasty. True. I mean, there are cases like that where, if a child is unable to wash themselves and whatnot, yeah. No, it's not always sexual, but with all the allegations that Don has had and all that, and the fact that their bathroom had no door, no doors in the house in the interior except for one and like their entranceway. Very odd. That house was basically not really suitable for a family to be living in. But when you're not wealthy, you kind of make do with what you have. But I mean, put a door on the bathroom. Come on. Here's my problem with it. In my opinion, Candace now denying Donald ever showered with Summer. She's saying it was only with the boys.
Yes, Don himself says that on interviews multiple times, multiple people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Don himself had said he showered with Summer.
Not pretty sure he said. Okay.
Yeah, and that's another thing. The alley crew, I'll just say that because it's all of them saying that those kids rarely got to bathe or shower like once a week. So that's pretty bad. Personally, I don't really think it was that bad. I think they're exaggerating because I know there would be problems with the school if the kids went to school that dirty and stinky. Debbie Whitehead. Debbie Whitehead showered with my autistic son until he was 10. Teach him now. Yeah, like I said, if the children are, in some way incapacitated where they are unable to wash themselves properly, absolutely, yes. That's different. That's not the same thing. But Summer was able-bodied. We've seen it. We've seen her walking around, moving around, playing. She was not incapacitated in that way. Maybe that's why CPS was called. Well, if, like I said, if half the shit that the alley crew had been saying was true, those kids should not have been in that house. Don and Candace should have been in prison. So I don't know if it's true or not. Really makes me question CPS too. Because if they knew that shit was going on, that's not good. That came from I watched that this morning. JLR had a video on his channel, and it's old. I don't know if he posted it recently. I don't remember seeing the date, but it was old because he said it's been 6 months.
Yeah,
but
that's when they went clear.
They rolled up on them and they were like all standing outside by the car. It was like the heels on the ground crew. But yeah, they had said that the kids got to bathe or shower maybe once a week.
You need another coffee, baby?
Yes, please. Okay, so where do we leave off? Yeah, this is more stuff that just shows to me that Jose was either really well coached or had been watching the YouTubes for quite some time. Because he refers to sexual assault as SA. Now, I have never heard that in all my years, aside from on YouTube. People say rape or sexual assault. They don't abbreviate it. That's a YouTube thing for monetization. Because if you say those words, you might get demonetized, which I probably got demonetized as I went live anyway. But either way. So yeah, either he was really, really well coached or he had been watching YouTube for some time. But I think it's because he had been an offender as an SO. Yeah, there's a few examples. But when he said a few times that he was a victim, he said he was raped. He said that word. He didn't say he was SA'd. So when it happens to you, it carries more weight. You're going to use that term. So that's why I think he was actually watching YouTube. Okay. So he claimed to be there for like 7 months, 8 months, 9 months. We aren't sure. He was contacted by the FBI a few days after Summer went missing. And he seemed to say he didn't really understand the weight of what was going on, but he didn't reach out to anybody. Like he didn't reach out to Candace or Allie, anybody, and he cared so much for Summer. Like, I don't get that. I don't understand that. But this is the same guy whose family thought he was dead for a couple of years, so that makes sense. Yeah. No, it doesn't. Well, I heard it was 2018 he got divorced. But anyways, yeah, I don't know if that's true.
Okay.
But okay, let's not say years. Let's just say that some of his family believed he was dead. So it wasn't like a month.
I just want to say that he claims he was just going through a divorce, and then that's why he ended up in Kansas. That again makes no sense. I feel like he met the Wells, like you said, has he met them before? Remember he talked about Summer being 3 years old.
Yeah, he talks about Summer being 3.
So maybe
but Summer, when he was there, Summer would have been 4 turning 5. Because yeah, she would have been, by the time he left, Summer was going to turn 5 in a couple of months. So you think Jose is involved? Maybe, Anita. Like, honestly, I didn't want to believe that stuff. I wanted to believe that this is more of a cut and dry thing. But God, the way everyone just muddles their stories, they can't get the timeline down. They can't get hours right. Like, it's so weird. No one can like give a proper timeline. And they always say, well, I'm bad with time. Like, you got like 10 people and none of them can give any kind of accurate timeline. It's all screwed up. It's all different. Some people are months off. Like, what the hell? The other thing is, according to Jose, he finally reached out to his son out of the blue a few days after Summer went missing. And that's when his son said his first words to her were, "Dad, the FBI is here." So he doesn't talk to his kids for God knows how long. And when the first time he calls and talks to his son, the FBI happens to be there. That's a hell of a coincidence. Like that. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, a couple of notes. He denied sleeping with Candace. Said he did sleep with Allie once. But he did say how everyone thought he was cute and everything. He like puffs himself up a lot. Like, I did the cooking, I did the cleaning. I was this super dad, super roommate or whatever. It's all like weird. Now, there's another thing. If you go back to that first interview on Justice for All, if you go 3 hours, 45 minutes, and 40 seconds and listen, I don't know if he blew his nose, but to me, it sounded like it could have been snorting a line. Now, I don't want to go crazy with that. It's just when I heard it, I'm like, it's kind of what it sounded like. All right. So another note. He said that barrel with the for sale sign was there, but it was to let people know that something else was for sale. I didn't write down what it was. So I think that if that's true, rather than have like a piece of plywood saying for sale on a vehicle, I think it was one of the vehicles. He had that barrel, so he wrote for sale on it and put that next to the vehicle. Now, 2 things about that. If that's legit, I could understand. On the other side of the coin, who is going to go up and see it? I mean, their house was very well hidden, like, because it's way up the hill, covered by trees and everything. So, like, generally, if you want to advertise something for sale, you have to put it in a noticeable spot. So, I mean, he didn't say that they had the truck parked in an approach somewhere with the barrel. It was up in their yard. So, I don't know.
Well,
That's weird. Because, like, no one's going to be driving by on that road and look up and see that. Because the driveway is too steep. And I think the driveway curves a little bit too, actually.
Used for the videos. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people think that, and I think that does kind of make sense.
We could have had it at the end of the driveway at some point. We don't know.
Yeah, that's another possibility too. I love when she makes the coffee like that. That's so cool. I actually gotta get a little shot of that. I'm gonna tweak the coffee intro a little bit.
Ooh, yay. Like when
Mhm. Okay, sorry, I haven't been paying much attention to the chat, but I will get to it. I just want to get through these points. Jose said he didn't know much about Rosebly, but he also said that he talked to Grandis. Oh, and that's the other thing. He calls her Grandis. That's a YouTube thing. But he also said he talked to Grandis about Rose a fair bit. So, which is it? Did you know much about her or did you not? Can't be both. Hey, Bob G. Hey, Sally, my Jack. Ollie. He said he was there when Candace said she killed her sister.
Yep.
Now, again, did you tell police? And he said, I wrote this down. He said he watched this stuff on YouTube the night before this interview. So in one night, he basically caught up on all the details about the Summer case, learned all the terminology, all that stuff in a night. Nope. I don't buy it. Yeah, we talked about this already, but he vanished. His family thought he was dead. Was he in jail then? He said he was just trying to get himself together because he had a psychotic break and this and that. But I mean, to not even have any contact with your family, just let them know I'm struggling, but I'm getting better. Anything? Was he maybe in jail? I would love to talk to Jose. Yeah. Another interesting thing is he said he witnessed arguments between Don and his dad.
You witnessed what?
Arguments between Don and his father.
Yeah. Home with them.
Yeah.
They definitely argue.
And again, we talked about this already, but when he referred to his past, said he was molested, said he was raped, did not say SA. Only talked about SA in reference to Summer.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did seem to distance himself from that because like when you couple that with the fact that the FBI talked to him days after Summer went missing, and he didn't reach out to the family to say, "Hey, what happened? What can I do?" You know, because they were a big part of his life, and fairly recently, and he didn't not even a courtesy call.
I just do like totally off subject here. But ladies, is this not like sexiness when your man is into a case with you and he's jotting down notes and stuff? This you should see him with the Brandon Daxey and Stephen Avery.
Oh my God, I had like 30 pages of notes.
If that's not freaking sexy, I don't know what is.
Okay, so Mountain Girl, hey. Okay, so those were all the notes I had, and like I said, we only watched part of the Jose interview that was broadcast last night. But yeah, I want to dig more into everyone else is doing Jose. I want to go back and finish that JLR video about all the things that Allie and her mom and grandma and all of them are saying about the wells. And why the hell if all this stuff was happening, did they not get the police involved? It seemed like they knew this shit was happening. They still hung out with them. And now they're just trashing them for it. But no, if you witness this stuff and you did nothing, you're just as guilty. It is a total shit show, Shirley. It's unbelievable. And it's getting worse. My God, it's just getting more and more, like we're moving more and more away from the details about what happened this summer, but we're also seeing more and more of all the people's character that were around Summer at the time. So, oh, and this other thing, this isn't about Jose, but this is another thing. Robin from the church said that Don went to church, or they've been going to that SDA church for 2 or 3 years. Don was in Utah for God knows how many months. So obviously he wasn't in the church then. And Jose said they never went to church. And Don never went to church when he got back. So why would Robin even say that? Also, it seemed like the Solomon Baptist Church did more about Summer than Seventh-day Adventist. So why would some other church, if you're not going to that church, why would they put up anything?
Yeah.
But the SCA didn't put up anything.
And
Summer loved the SDA church so much, but it was the Solomon Baptist Church who had the prayer garden thing.
Weird.
What did the SDA church put up? Nothing. That was weird. Like, oh, this just gives me a headache, guys, because everything is so ass backwards and tangled, and you just don't know which end is up anymore. Like, we got to go back to basics. Cher started rebroadcasting her initial interviews with Don. I think we should do that again, because you see a completely different Don than the Don now. And and now Candace is all up on YouTube, and that's all messed up.
Yeah.
And everything everyone says about Don and Candace is horrible. We've been live for about an hour. Dragonfly, and yeah, we got going into a lot of detail about this. So,
Yeah, thank you.
hey, Jess, thank you very much. Do you believe in Donna Serafina's reading about Summer? Well, yeah, she's been very accurate with other cases, so I'm usually very skeptical about mediums and psychics, but if someone can actually see things with a lot of detail and they've been right in the past, I definitely give that some weight. Oh, and there was, what the hell was that thing? Donna had said something about a man in costume. She mentioned that quite a few times. And then there was this, it wasn't, oh God, what's the word? Not like a medieval theme, kind of a carnival thing, but there was some kind of a event where people were dressed up like old timey. And it was around that time. It wasn't in Rogersville, I don't think. I can't remember where it was, but it was near there. And yeah, I saw some pictures. I wish Reverend Donna would go there and find Summer. I do too. I don't know why she hasn't, honestly. She should go and just let her intuition guide her. Maybe she would find her. Yeah, but if she ever gets the chance, I really hope she does. 'Cause she would probably get much stronger vibes, or however you want to call it, when she's like in the area.
Our interviews on it?
Yeah, hindsight is something else. Like, we go back to when, like, you even watch us when we're interviewing Don. I mean, like we're more or less believing what he's saying. You know, like there were things we were skeptical about, but for the most part, I honestly said I felt for him. He seemed like just a broken, sad guy. He really turned that on. But then you fast forward a few months later, now he's all aggressive and angry and just a completely different person. And Candace is a completely different person now too. Like she wanted to stay the hell away from all social media, and as soon as Don goes to jail, she's all up in it. He said, hasn't everyone? No, Penalties. I'll be honest. I went through a phase where I was curious about gore, and I did watch a couple of things, but that lasted a week. And actually, one of the videos that I watched, I still think about from time to time. I don't recommend anybody watch that kind of stuff. Like, it's one thing to see it in movies. In real life, it's very, very, very different, and it's very disturbing. That's not something that I could say that normal people would enjoy. And I wish I didn't see it. It's like they've changed places. Yeah, kind of. So was that, I wonder if that was like if Dawn was controlling it, not allowing her on social media, or if that was just, I don't know. Now that Dawn's not there, she's needing attention from somewhere, so she decides to go on. I don't know. Sheila. I'm not sure with everyone, but it seems like every time someone else comes in the case gets more frustrating. Why are these people telling so many lies? Yeah. Like I didn't want to believe that this was some big conspiracy or, a grand plan. Like there are rumors that someone went missing before the 15th, and if she did, that would mean everyone was involved. But since everyone's lying so much, it's not that far fetched. It seemed pretty far fetched to me at the beginning, but now not so much. You believe all the kids are victims? Gemini, it's very possible. I mean, with what people say, generally, I think, when you have people who are angry and they're saying bad things, they're exaggerating, but there's some truth there. So I think it's very, very possible. Justin's attitude with Jose reminds me of you and Cher with Don in the beginning. 100%, Nikki. Yeah. Justin did a great job. I mean, he was like understandably nervous, you could tell, but he wasn't like pushing too much. He was like asking questions, letting Jose say his thing, and wasn't really saying, no, I don't think that's right, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't an interrogation by any means. He was just putting it out there and letting Jose say what he wanted to say. He did great. That's the way interviews should go. They shouldn't be steered. He did steer him a little bit, like that thing we talked about last night. Remember, he did that a couple times, but
for the day he did that.
Yeah.
We talked beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, you do kind of say, okay, we want to talk about this tomorrow or whatever. You give people a heads up. You don't want to blindside them completely, but yeah, honestly, I didn't even know who this Justice for All guy was. I never saw him before, but I think he did a good job in the interview. So, Justin, if you watch this, thumbs up from Prairie Boy. It's far better than all the nitpicking shit that people do between other YouTubers anyway. Yeah. Yeah, he did really good. And his channel got a major jump because of it. And I think that's just a nice bonus. Why are you always lying? I do believe there's some truth in all the lies, Cheryl. Yeah. Agree to disagree with you? Well, that's fair enough, Squid. I'm not always right. Ask Cher. Hey, Ashley. So, yeah, we'll have to go through the second interview with Jose. And that's just painful, but it's got to be done. And I still haven't gone through all the timeline discrepancies between Candace, and Hunter and Allie and all that. I still got to do that. Well, people were watching Jose last night. Ernie had a live debate Benny and he got him. Summer was killed to traffic her organs. TBI now, no. Well, I'm not saying that's impossible, but Ernie has lied a lot. That guy is a piece of shit. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not a fan of Benny either, but how many times has Ernie said Cher was involved in Summer disappearing? Like, this guy is off his freaking rocker. And what's with him always going on the highway and getting arrested? Didn't that happen like twice now? Yeah. Anything Ernie says, I don't believe. Yeah, I don't want to get into like a whole Ernie trashing extravaganza, but yeah. If I ever run into him on the street, he and I are gonna have major problems. Yeah, human organ harvesting is a big money thing, 100%. And there are things that could be possibly linked because, especially you go south of the border, there's a lot more of that going on. And apparently, Don had been to Mexico, so could have been setting up things. That's an off the wall theory. That's not fact. That's merely conjecture. Hey, Betty Blue. Cher's doing good. Yeah. I didn't see Andrew's interview either. That's another one I got to watch. And I didn't see Candace's rebuttal to Jose. Yeah, we got a lot to catch up on. Yeah, I'm not going to run with that Oregon thing unless there's proof. I mean, if you watch what the hell was her WCIA, that nut job is obsessed with the number 5 or whatever. I mean, she's apparently sending all her stuff to TBI, and it makes no sense. None. Like, I can't even trying to give her the benefit of the doubt and figure out where she's coming from. There's nothing. It's like, oh my God, the wall's yellow. That means that I was the second gunman on the grassy knoll. Like, just random connections and theories that have no basis in any kind of fact at all. Yeah, poor TBI loves Jesus. Yeah. Like, imagine you're a TBI agent and your job is to sift through this shit to make, because they can't ignore it. They have to look at everything just in case there's that tip that's legit.
Yeah,
But can you imagine? That's your job. You got to watch that shit all day. Give those guys a raise. Because holy crap.
Start taking those people's payments off their check and giving it right to the team.
Mm. It's, oh, she reheated some caramelized onions. Oh, you just made them?
I don't know why.
Ooh, hot, hot, hot. Mm. The Andrew interview was on True Crime Exposed. Oh, we got a pen down here? Right.
Yeah.
Because I definitely want to see that too. Can be a marker, doesn't matter. Apparently, Andrew was in my chat the other night,
Yes, he was.
and I didn't even realize. Oh, she bumped the light.
Yep.
Andrew Hilt interview. True Crime Exposed. Yeah, I want to see that. There's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah,
When I'm a full-time YouTuber, I'll be able to keep up.
yeah. You're a full-time carpenter.
Yeah. Andrew just did a live on Purple Knights channel 10 minutes ago. Okay, Purple Knights. Yeah, since Jose is talking, Andrew's going to be talking more.
But he's making his rounds definitely more. Yeah. He's going your chat, yeah.
Yeah. Did you?
No.
Because I wouldn't mind having him on my channel. I'd have everybody on my channel. Yeah. Talk more reels and lies today than I've ever heard. Oh boy. Poor summer, unfortunately, no one knows anything for sure. Today's society, no one says a damn thing lawfully. Yeah. Hmm. Hey, Hazel.
Yeah, potato chip. Mm.
Can I ask what channel? Is that okay? Depends for which. The Jose interviews are happening on Justice for All's channel. That's Justice, the number 4, all. And then people were just talking about Andrew Hilt being on a couple channels, True Crime Exposed, and Purple Knights.
Mm.
Jose took his time to talk. Yeah.
Mm.
Hey, and that's gamer guy.
Yeah, his timing around the 9-month anniversary, weird.
Yeah, and I don't buy that, like, because he knew Summer was missing because the FBI talked to him. So he knew this was going on. And he is so up to snuff on the lingo used on YouTube, Grandis, SA, all that stuff. He had to have been watching YouTube. Like, and not just the night before. Sadly, a waste of time. I can't get back from watching all the 3 interviews of Jose. Yeah, a lot of it is, it's pretty dry. It's pretty hard to sit through. Justice for All is a Christian channel, or J for Justice. No, it's Betty, it's Justice for All, but the 4 is the number 4. It's not FOR, it's the number 4. If you just type Justice for All Jose, you'll find his channel. Oh yeah, I know, I believe that. Yeah. And he probably told him about the essay thing, sure. But for it to be so smooth, for him not to say Mama Candace or however they refer to her, Miss Candace, for him not to slip up once, especially after knowing her personally and speaking with her personally for months. I don't buy it. And, I mean, you can disagree, that's fine, but personally, I don't buy it. Miss Poppy McGill, thank you very much. Very sweet. Jose didn't like being on camera either. Yeah. It looked like he was wearing makeup to me. I don't know. Kiko been late night surfing. It's horrifying learning all this shit. Yeah. To me, you lie about one thing, you lie about everything. Well, there you go, Nikki. I mean, everybody has lied. Like everybody. So I don't know. Who do you whose version do you pick? Or are none of them true? Have you changed your mind about Chris M? Uh yeah, I could talk about that. Um I never said I didn't like Chris M. I said I didn't, well, there were a couple things that I didn't care for. Like I didn't like that he took the focus from Summer and started focusing on Don and the SA allegations. I didn't like that because that was a major turning point for the Summer Wells case, and it took a lot of focus off of Summer. And I get that SA's no joke, all that, but the timing of it, I didn't agree with that. But no, Chris, I always said his interviews gave us a lot of information that we wouldn't have had otherwise. I I think Chris has made mistakes. We all have. You go into Chris's past, there's, other problems where coercing a confession, whatever. He's no longer a police officer. He's just a YouTuber to me. But yeah, like I got nothing personally against him. I disagree with what he did with that. But that's it. I mean, I'd have Chris on my channel. I'd actually like to do a live with Chris and talk about his interview with Hunter because I pointed out that I didn't think Hunter was being truthful when he's talking about what he found on Candace's phone. So I'd actually like to talk with Chris about that because he was there when he said it. So, like, did you get any vibes like that kind of thing? Oh, crap. Where did that go? I lost it, but that was a good one. It was definitely clear Jose didn't like Don. Yeah, there was a few things. Like Jose was very, very anti-Don right from the start. Everything Don did, he was a piece of crap. And for him to hate Don so much, and he, by his own words, by Jose's own words, he only knew Don for like a month before he left. And honestly, I don't think he was even there that long. So yeah, he really had a hate for Don, and I think the reason is because once Don got home, he wasn't really very welcome in that house. And understandably, like if I went away to work and I come home and there's some dude living here, no, no. But yeah, he did. jump on the hate Don bandwagon pretty damn quick. Miss Poppy, you're pretty sure Don assaulted Summer? I don't want to believe that because I don't want to think what that sweet little girl went through, but it's definitely a possibility. Well, that's another thing that I saw on JLR's video. The girls, Allie, I can't remember who it was. If it was Allie, I think it was Allie's grandma who said that Dawn said when True was like 12, said she had a body to die for. No, wasn't that exact phrase, but it's very, very inappropriate. So yeah, and we know Don's even admitted to some of the SA allegations from his past. So we know that he's not all normal in that respect. So could he have molested Summer? Yeah. Actually, I think I did a video about that because what I had said, and people actually gave me some hate for it, I said it's a different scenario for his daughter than his stepsister. Because I pointed out, well, there's a massive age difference now, not just a few years. And then there's the whole father-daughter thing, and then there's the incest thing. Yeah. It's your blood. But yeah, like I didn't really phrase it right, and people got on my case for it a little bit. But I do think it's possible that Dawn was molesting Summer. Like I said, I don't want to think about that. I don't want it to be true. Exactly. It doesn't matter what I want.
Any of us want that?
No, nobody wants it to be true, obviously. Why was the couch moved? Yeah, that was another odd thing. I think that's yours. No, that's yours. The couch being in front of the basement door, according to Jose, to keep the children from going out the door. But Jose also said that they were going out that door all the time. So obviously it wasn't working. But honestly, like you got young boys and that, they're outdoorsy. I mean, their house isn't, they didn't live like a lot of kids who are, I don't want to say well off, but have all their needs met. They got, their iPods and iPads and computers and stuff. I mean, those kind of kids are more likely to stay indoors. So kids who don't really have much, like when I grew up, we were outside all the time. So going in and out that door all the time just makes sense. Why would you go up that skinny little stairway underneath the cabinet when you can just go out the door? Oh, and that's another thing. Jose did give us some good insight about Summer, so that was good. But he did say that quite often everyone would be asleep in the house and Summer would be outside by herself on her swing or whatever. So that's also odd because Don and Candace were both very adamant that stuff like that never happened. Summer would never go wander off by herself, but she had, according to Jose. And often. It wasn't just a one-time thing. So oh yeah, and they could have got rid of the couch because of lice or whatever. Well put, Eberk Manuel. Yeah, there was no real new There was some new stuff, but for the most part, it was all just kind of confirming other people's theories. Like I did like that how he pointed out how the layout of the furniture and stuff was different than, but I mean, that happens. Cher's rearranged our living room here like 3 times. Was the picture of Summer on the bumper of the U-Haul taken the day Jose and the group arrived? I do not know. Maybe the couch is in evidence? Maybe. I don't know. We could verify a little more that he was really there, and when, with receipts, I would believe every word out of his mouth. Yeah, I mean, he can't even nail down how long he was there. Like, it's like everyone is just in this like fog. Like they can't really remember anything. One thing I caught was interviews. He said when Don came back, he went and bought food and stocked the freezer for the kids, and then went and bought beer. He did say it like that, yeah. But he said it was a bunch of snacks and shit. But still, he did say Don bought food before alcohol. And he also said, I don't know if it was the night that the police were called and everything, but he was talking about hearing a big crash, and he'd come upstairs and Candace was on top of Don yelling, "Don't touch me," or "Don't put your hands on me like that," or whatever. I can't remember what exactly he said. So Candace was no slouch, because Don's a fairly big guy. Apparently he's like 6'2", so he's bigger than me. I'm only 6'1". Morning, Noni. Look how Summer lived, unfortunately, in a basement not fit for life. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have a nice home. There's no way to sugarcoat that. Donald has admitted he has respect for people that have been locked up. Donald knew Jose was in Rikers for 3 years. This would have caused Donald to hold back as long as he did in blowing up at Jose. That's a good point. And I know at the beginning of everything, when we were first talking to Don, well, Cher was first talking to Don, he actually invited us to come and stay with them. So he did have like this kind of generosity. I think Candace would and could mud wrestle a bear. Yeah, she's no slouch. She's a toughie. Do you remember Candace saying they don't keep track of time? I wonder why they all think that way. No one knows time. Yeah, it's so weird. Like I can understand not knowing. Okay, we did this at 11:30, but we could say we did this in the morning. Yeah. And Candace left out some huge details. We all know that her timeline, there's massive holes in it, things don't make sense. So, yeah, everybody's lied, and I can't figure out why. Bugs me. It's just that generation. I think it's honestly kind of their culture. Like, not culture isn't the right word, but I mean, they don't. Candace, for example, didn't have a job, so her days were kind of muddled. Like, she'd get up and do laundry or whatever, tend to the kids, go get groceries. You know, every day was kind of the same, and then she'd drink at night or whatever. And yeah, when all your days are kind of mundane, I could see, but it still doesn't make any sense. No jobs, no schedules, no care for time. Yeah, thank you, Nita. That is way better than how I was saying it. On fiction, did Jose say TBI talked to him 7 days after summer went missing? Then I thought I heard, just found out 2 weeks ago. You know the truth? Jose said that it was a few days, I'm not sure how many days, after Summer went missing, that he actually called his son. He called to talk to his son, and his son said, Dad, the FBI are here. And that's when he spoke to the FBI. That's when he found out about Summer. It was days after Summer went missing. And admitted and accused SO should not be nuding it up with their 5-year-old daughter. 100% agree. Just as MJ should have stopped sleeping with boys once allegations came to light. Yeah. That's a good question, Jennifer. I actually don't know. Did they ride the bus, or was Candace driving them to school? Because that would have been, I mean, obviously with the COVID thing, it was shut down. So it was like distance learning for however long. But yeah, at some point, were they taking a bus to school, or were they being driven to school? I don't know. Hey, Lucia. All right, Kiko. Thanks for hanging. Hey, Northern Light. Yeah, it was. He said FBI, not TBI. So I don't know. Every time like something new comes along, we think, okay, no, this is where we're going to get some answers. This is where we're going to get some clarity, and we just get more confusion. I need a few whiteboards. Oh my God. I don't even know how to try and decipher all this stuff. I really don't. Can you thank Mrs. Cher for being so kind to Tiffany Marie? I certainly will. She might be watching. Cher might be watching upstairs right now. I'm not sure. But yes, I will bring it up. Whiteboards are like, they're the white plasticky things that you write on with a dry erase marker. And you can reuse them. You can just erase it. Okay. He also said his phone would prove where he was. That's kind of a joke. You can get any area code you want from the phone company. Yeah. Well, I mean, law enforcement or whatever can tell where your phone is, but I mean, we can't. Yeah, so many people party out there, but each one lies. Why? Why are they all? Why have they all lied? All of them, everyone. Nobody has been completely truthful, and I don't understand why. Oh, he did say that? Yeah, I must have missed that. He said the boys caught the bus at the end of the driveway. That does make sense. Illegal substances that cause blackouts. I got a feeling that, yeah, stuff like that was kind of common in that group. They're all family connected. Mhm. Yeah, I'm not sure what the hell's going on with all of them, but things just do not make sense. Want to find the truth. I don't know if we'll ever get it though. Well, this isn't as chill of a live as what I usually do, but it's good to get some information and actually talk some cases. He probably freaked and threw the phone in the ocean after contact with the FBI. Possibly worried if he had something on his phone. That's, yeah, that makes some sense. Well, he had something on his phone he didn't want found. That's the only reason you would throw your phone in the ocean. Do you think Benny is involved in Summer's disappearance? No, I don't. I didn't know. I never knew Benny well, but yeah, I don't think he was. Oh, he got rid of the phone before Summer even went missing. Oh, okay. Well, there goes that theory. Well, any YouTuber who's doing this to try and get the reward money is stupid because no YouTuber will ever touch that reward money. Even if we decipher this and figure out the truth, we won't get the money. It's just not going to happen. Because you got hundreds of, well, maybe not hundreds, dozens of YouTubers sending things to TBI. And we're kind of guessing. And if we happen to guess right, they're not going to be able to go back and find out, okay, these 8 people guessed this, which had us look at that, which led to the case being solved. YouTubers aren't going to see a penny of it. That money should go to the boys, if you ask me. Mark is a chill man. Yes, I am. I don't want to believe it either, but I learned I can't trust my intuition on this case. I believe not even though that I can't watch him anymore. He is so cruel and evil at times, yeah. Yeah, they're gonna keep that money. Thanks, Betty. Appreciate that. Yeah, we try not to get into the drama over here. And for the most part, the haters leave me be. I'll get a few, but I don't get them anywhere near the amount that Cher gets. There's a reason why Jose has no contact with his kids. Yeah. I don't know how much contact he has with them now, but it did sound like he had very little contact with them before. And that's weird. So what do you all think? Do you think Jose was like, do you trust him? Do you not trust him? You think he was being truthful with some and exaggerating? What's your gut telling you guys? Cher's spicy. People like to challenge her. Mm. Oh, I think too, like the harder and more focused your theory is, the more you'll have people like really agree and really disagree. I always stay kind of neutral. Like I don't really have a theory. I mean, my theory basically is that Candace did something this summer, but that's because she lied about the timeline and how long she was out of her sight, and she was like one of the last people to see her. So, Mrs. Frankie Carey, welcome to the team. Please do your homework on Chris M. That's BS. He was responsible for the Crow interrogation. He was called in to do one small part. He did more than one small part. We saw it, but point taken. He wasn't the only one. I don't think so. Jose told Justin they threw the cell in the water after Candace said she loved Don. Oh, maybe he caught feelings. Hmm, that's interesting. All the adults are to blame. All suspect to me. There's no way around it now. Yeah, because the shit that they're saying, I mean, even if they weren't involved in what happened this summer directly, they had knowledge of how shitty all the kids were being treated and did nothing about it. So, yeah. That makes you just as guilty. Thinking some truth with the lies. These interviews need to be listened to and makes notes. From one interview to the next, jury's still out on Jose Fishy, I think. Yeah. I feel this will be a cold case. I do. Unfortunately. I want answers. I want this case to be solved. And maybe law enforcement has things that they're working on that we have no idea about, but the way it looks to me, we're just running in circles, pointing fingers. We aren't finding any evidence.
Well, I said months ago, this was designed to go cold.
Mm.
Money to go cold.
I mean, we'll keep plugging away. every time we find something, we're going to be telling you guys. But I mean, do I think that that's going to lead to Summer being found? I can't say that I'm confident. I hope. But yeah, that's all I got. I got hope. Are you guys going to be releasing Cher's call with Jose?
You guys are misunderstanding. I'll talk about that later. I never said, I said I didn't realize if it was Jose. Don put me on a call with 3 men. One of them is, I believe, Jose, because I recognized right away when I heard that voice. I told Mark, I've been on the phone with that person before. I didn't know it was Jose when I was on the phone with him though.
And you don't have that recorded either.
No, I didn't record. I recorded 2 phone calls with them.
Yeah, Cher didn't record all of her phone calls with Don.
Yeah.
So that unfortunately was not recorded.
The 3 guys on the phone, which one I think was Jose, they wouldn't let me record it. And I don't record people against their will like that. I did it with Don to send a TBI. So that's different. But did they say, hey, this is Jose? No, but I recognize that voice. And I do believe I was on the phone with Jose and 2 other gentlemen who were being pretend alibis for Don.
That could very well be Miss Puppy. Yeah. I do think Summer was like, there's no way that Summer was out of Candace's sight for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's not true. Remember that one article says a few hours later.
Yeah. Yeah, and even some of the news reports get things mixed up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they got her name messed backwards too the other day. Said Summer Utah Moon Wells.
oh yeah, I think we read that last night. They had her name wrong, but they said
Yeah.
Summer Utah Moon Wells, and it's Summer Moon Utah Wells.
Yeah, they
All right,
got
not a
the
huge
date
deal.
wrong, the date she's gone missing, they've got wrong several times.
The picture on the Amber Alert wasn't a recent picture of her. She had long hair, and when she went missing, she had short hair. Just a whole lot of problems. Everything right from the start.
And you know, Holiday seems to really dislike Don, so maybe it was, unless he's changed his mind, maybe it wasn't Jose on the phone. Because the person I was talking to was defending Don and being an alibi.
Yeah, now he hates Don.
This Jose seems to really dislike Don. Huh.
Sheila, in my opinion, when Jose comes in 9 months later, starts painting himself as this loving, caring person, that is what makes him unbelievable. He did walk away and did nothing. Yep. And this loving, caring person for months was not around his kids or anything. He said himself, his family members thought he was dead.
Yeah,
this is
right.
not a stand-up guy. Like, doesn't matter how you look at it. Not a good guy. He admitted he had problems back then. He's getting himself on track, but still.
Yeah. Like he's mentally stable now, 9 months later, Summer's still missing. How do you warn? Like, that makes no sense. But I want to know, like, was he in jail? Or was he in rehab?
Yeah, jail, maybe rehab. But we don't know. They're lying to protect themselves. Everybody's lying.
Yeah.
They're
Weird.
lying to protect themselves. They're lying to make people that they think are guilty look more guilty, maybe. They're lying just out of hatred for the people. God knows, but they are all lying. All of them. Everybody.
Even Tim.
Even Tim.
Even
Robin said that they went to church. They were at church for years, and that's not true. Like, nobody, not one single person in this has been completely truthful. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Shut that door, baby.
Oh,
Cold. Hey, laced in perfume. Thanks for popping in. 100% agree, Anna. 100%. He may not have like a lot of people don't know about true crime on YouTube. Like, so I can understand him not being following it from the very beginning, but he definitely has been in contact with someone. Like, I don't think this just happened a few days ago. Yeah, I said that earlier. Is selling my jack. He cared so much for someone, but finds out she's gone missing and doesn't reach out. Doesn't say, Candace, I heard what's the FBI called me. What the hell's going on? Can I do anything? Blah blah blah. Nothing. That's incredibly selfish. Cher got Don to talk first. I don't know if no. Don had talked to a couple other people before Cher, but it was Cher who really got him talking. Yeah, it could be a big sex traffic ring. Yeah, Jose said his jail time 3 years for drug-related charges, but that was before all this. And yeah, he's got months where he didn't talk to anybody, not even his family. He said himself, his brother thought he was dead. So we're kind of wondering if he was in jail again and just doesn't want anybody to know. Seems to be a war of deflection going on between Jose and Andrew. I feel like these people are involved. No clue what this is, but it's yeah, yeah. I think we're going to see a lot more from Andrew now, and Jose is probably going to start popping around on different channels. Yeah, wonder what I wonder if Don knows all this chaos that's going on. But yeah, it is interesting timing, Miss Poppy, that Don goes to jail and all this stuff starts happening. Yeah, Justice did say that they did background checks and he didn't say Jose was lying about his version of being in there for 3 years. So possibly, I do not know. I bet you Don is getting a lot of letters. See, I say these men are having a pissing contest. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of some kind of weird rivalry there. Well, probably. I mean, you got when you involve women, there's always going to be some kind of pissing contest. Hey, Uber gal. Well, you come for the last few minutes anyway. Their mentality is 5 minutes of fame. And that's so weird. I mean, I wouldn't want that kind of fame. I don't know. We have a whole ass orchard of bad apples in this case. No doubt. Yeah, they couldn't find any other charges against him. Or maybe they didn't don't want to tell people. I don't know. I don't trust anybody at this point. But I don't think that's really neither here nor there. think the guards are giving him a hard time in jail, and I think they make a point to keep him up to date. Oh, maybe, Nikki. Been watching, but my phone was broke. Oh no, that sucks, Breeze. Everyone wants their 15 minutes of fame. Yeah, I don't know how much. It'll be interesting because I'm sure this case will still be going when Don gets out. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at that point. Oh, have fun with your grandbabies, Betty Blue. Catfishing a lot of them, yeah. God, everything's so messed up. Hopefully we'll find some clarity at some point. But yeah, every time we watch an interview, then it's like, got 30 more questions, and then you get 2 or 3 more interviews to go watch, maybe get some answers there, and now you have 90 more questions. It just keeps piling on. What month is Don getting out? Well, I believe he has to serve a minimum of 180 days. And then he may get out, may not. But I think Don has to do a minimum of 180 days. Was that it?
Yeah. Months and he may be eligible to work release after that.
Yeah, so it'd be August at the earliest. Morning, Joanne. So yeah, I'm sure we'll still be talking about Summer Wells in August, unless it gets solved somehow. So yeah,
Take that, huh?
I know, me too. But it'll be very interesting to see what Don does. If he was smart, he would not go back on YouTube. But I believe within a week of him getting out, he's going to be talking to someone. Yeah, he'll still be in prison on the 1 year anniversary of Summer's disappearance. It's going to get solved. That's gotta be our mentality. Yes, it will. I gotta stop saying I don't think so. It will. We're gonna get the truth. We're gonna find the answers. Law enforcement is gonna figure it out. It's gonna get solved. Has Cher spoken to Don since the lockup? No. She always wondered if Don would try and call her because he did have him memorize her number. But no, he never called her. So yeah, be positive. That's all we got. Exactly. I say that all the time. You gotta be positive. You can't focus on the negative. So it's time to walk my own talk. We're gonna figure this out. We gotta all work together. We can't focus on this YouTuber's bad, this YouTuber is good. We gotta all collaborate. Put all of our information in a pile. Say, okay, I got this. What do you got? And maybe we can figure it out. Yeah, all the fuckery is a problem, Dinky. But this is one of those things. Just like Stephen Avery and Brandon Dassey. I'm never gonna give up. I want them released. I don't believe they're guilty. Always hanging on to hope. I'm not sure what Cher is doing. She kind of likes to give me a little bit of room. People have said that a few times, like our lives on Cher's channel, on my channel, our joint channel. It's always us. So we do kind of like to give each other a little bit of breathing room on our own streams. We'll pop in and chat, but I think that's a little bit better actually. Because then you get to hear more Cher's side of things when she's live, more my side of things when I'm live. They talked about the U-Haul receipt last night. Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that. Oh, you overslept today? Oh no, Kimmy. Jose meant to have relations with Allie. And no walls for privacy, so where was the kids at the time? Oh, God. Really don't want to picture that. Ugh. Give him true serum. Yeah, I like that. You heard the Utah or U-Haul receipts don't have the correct dates. Hmm. Collect calls. No calls. If you're referring to Don calling us, no, hasn't happened yet. We weren't on good terms with Don when he was arrested, so I don't believe he'll call us. Oh, Blizzard. Have fun, Xena. Yeah, good variety of views. Yep. There you go. But all right, we are coming up on the 2-hour mark, so we'll cut this off and we're gonna do the lunch thing, and then I guess we've got a lot of YouTube and to watch and stuff, and that Cher's going live later today. So yeah, another busy YouTube day. But thank you all for hanging, and it's been great. Welcome again to the new members, and thank you all for the super chats. You're all wonderful people. And we shall see you later on Shares. And until then, this is True Crime Productions with Prairie Boy 77, aka Mr. Cher, aka the Beard of Reason, aka the Voice of Reason, saying good day, good night, and Godspeed. Love you guys.